Hi, Scott Orland with Cinema Magazine. Okay, all you fans of The Haunting of Hill House, you're not getting the story continuation, but you're getting some of the same characters back in a new scary way. And this is The Haunting of Bly Manor. I keep wanting to say Bly Manor, but it's Bly Manor. Victoria Pedretti, thank you so much for being here. Talk a little bit about that. And I was speaking recently to Oliver Jackson Cohen about this is like one of those old uh, theatrical tour troops that you would go to different cities and you play different characters. In doing that, how interesting was it for you as an actor to kind of work with the same people but be in something different?
Oh, it's such a treat.
I think
I
either
think
way.
so much of our work is in developing these intimate bonds that are essential to doing the vulnerable work that we do, and being able to start with some relationships already developed is like feels like you're a little bit ahead.
I'm one of these
Essential,
people. Yeah, I'm one of these people. If I walked into a room and I heard a creaky sound, I would walk out of the room. But I'm fascinated when there's like characters like yours who wants to venture further. Where did that sound come from? So
Oh
how
yeah.
much are you like Danny in that?
None, not at all. I'm a big scaredy cat. Um yeah, but I also don't really have anything to protect other than myself, so the stakes are a bit different.
How much does the whole concept, as she is a fish out of water, that here she's somebody that kind of is an American who goes over to England and becomes this au pair? How
Mhm.
have you ever been in a scenario like that where you've been kind of the fish out of the water, both culturally and geographically?
Yeah, I feel like I try to put myself in situations like that. I think those are um kind of build your perspective of the world. Is not experiencing the same things over and over again, and not hanging out with the same people. You become, quote unquote worldly, or you have a broader perspective. And I think that is essential as an actor, to broaden your perspective. Yeah, I feel like I've been able to grow so much under those experiences too. You have the opportunity to redefine yourself and take on new ideas without other people having to make adjustments.
What is your own relationship to the supernatural?
Um, we don't have that much of a relationship. I haven't really experienced many supernatural things other than, life being alive. um yeah, I think that I find magic in the mundane every day. But if you're talking about like ghosts, I haven't seen one. But I felt like I've felt them. I'm open to it.
There you go. There you go. I love that, the skill sets that actors sometimes have to have when they come into a movie. And in this, it kind of being this au pair, the
Mhm.
patience. I thought, oh, wow, but not only the patience to be around kids, but just sometimes just around people in general.
Oh yeah.
How patient are you when you're dealing with somebody who's frustrated?
Probably not. I mean, I have limits. I'm not like the most patient, but I don't think I'm the most impatient.
Would you make a good teacher?
Depends on the student, I don't think that I'm a teacher who'd be prepared to teach everyone, but I think I could. I don't know, but maybe I could. Maybe I would be a good teacher. I don't know. I haven't been a teacher. I haven't had any training in teaching. Um, I like the idea that I can teach or like share knowledge or ideas with people. Yeah, sure. I guess I could make a good teacher, and I'm pretty patient with people unless they're angry. I'm not good at dealing with angry people.
And don't go into politics. It's just a little
Yeah, I had no plan. My ego is not inflated enough for that. It's just inflated enough to be an actor.
And a very good actor it is. What I loved about the story, and I didn't see it coming, and I'm going to be really careful in how I navigate because I want the audience to experience things too, is coming to terms with self, accepting who you are, and accepting letting love come to you that maybe we aren't conditioned for. And I thought there was such a beauty in that.
Yeah.
But what do you
Sorry. Um, yeah, I think a lot of us are taught to compromise for the sake of love or all that jazz. And I also think it's really beautiful that Danny finds that for herself while she's simultaneously teaching that to the children.
It's interesting looking at your career. I mean, you haven't been doing it for that long. I think it's like 6 years. And the
No,
people
it's been like 3 or 4.
right, and the people that you've worked with. I mean, from in this series with these different shows, and even with Quentin Tarantino. Can you talk a little bit about how your self confidence as an actor is progressing, and what you've been taught about the profession from these people?
I feel like not many people have actively taught me. It's more been observation. Because I'm not interested in taking on other people's ideas. But I feel like I've been able to make up my mind about some things and feel more solid in the systems I'm existing within, even understanding how they work, because it is very complicated and there is, you can look it up online and you're not going to find the answers. What was the other part of the question? I'm sorry.
Like somebody like Tarantino, what did he give you as an actor going through this kind of training class with him?
Training class. He didn't train me at all.
I don't mean
I met Tarantino,
as a director.
Mr. Quentin Tarantino, one day on set. We worked together for like a few hours. We didn't really commune very much about anything outside of the scene. I think he knew exactly what he wanted coming into it, and I did what I was told. He cultivates a really like familial environment on set. I saw that kept people happy. It seems like a good environment to work in, and those kinds of things are things I take note of when I go into an environment like that. I'm like, oh, okay. Because as an actor, you contribute to the environment too. So wherever I find myself now, I'm like, oh, it's possible to exist at this level of cooperation. Okay, now that's setting a bar. How can I come to that? How can I help contribute to that? That's something that I learned from that set. But yeah.
And just a last quick question for you. One of the interesting kind of aspects of this story as it unfolded is our relationship to memory, and how sometimes we need to resolve memories, that things that may haunt us personally, that the conflicts we have of conversations of what goes on. And I was just wondering, was it reflective at all for you? I mean, are there things that maybe from childhood that you keep bringing back to this experience that, hey, this is a good way to resolve it?
Yeah, I'm not going to answer that question. I think it's like way too personal to.
I wasn't trying to get into anything personal, but
no, I know. But if I'm going to answer it honestly, and I do try to answer all the questions that I'm asked honestly and as fully as possible, I don't know how to answer the question in a way that would be like appropriate to share.
Okay, well, let's just make it easier, and then we'll end it up there. But some people have like instant memory. They can remember all the things. Other people let stuff go.
Hmm.
Do you hang on to memories, or is it easy for you to access things that have happened for you, or like when you meet up with people, you go, "God, I don't remember that. Did we do that?"
Yeah, I mean, I think we all kind of have selective memories, and the way in which that works is really complicated and confusing and sometimes concerning. It's like how do I not remember that? Um, yeah, but then I'll say something and people won't remember it. And then you're like, did that even happen? I don't know. Memory is very, very strange. Yeah.
Well, hopefully, we'll both remember this and anything. Victoria,
Yeah.
it was such
Oh,
a pleasure. I really appreciate your time. It is The Haunting of Bly Manor. I
Bly
keep wanting to
Manor.
say Bly Manor. I don't know why, but
It's all
I
good.
so appreciate it. It's a terrific show. And this is Scott Orland. Till next time.
Thank you, Scott.